Hello everyone. So this is the second part of our new series in order to have a better understanding of what this whole OCD and subsets of OCD, harm OCD, responsibility OCD, HOCD, pedophile OCD, religious OCD, any kind of OCD. We're trying to understand them a little bit better and the role of our brain in this whole thing. And so we take that unknown, or rather mystic, or what can I put it? We're going to take the unknown component out of it, the unknown component, meaning what doesn't make sense, what makes us misunderstand it with something that it is not, and taking it seriously as if it has any factuality to it. So in other words, we want to understand the fact that it has no credibility. So what we need to do in understanding this whole OCD and substance of it better is not to focus on what these thoughts and suggestions or images could mean and go after that. Instead, you got to focus on the fact that these images and thoughts and suggestions have no meaning. You see, you can be thrown off easily by if somebody asks you a question and you go to answer it, because we are accustomed to answer. Ever since childhood, we've been conditioned that we'd be smart if we can answer a question. So when a question is posed, we are misled to think that we now have a mandate to answer this. A question needs an answer. No, not every question needs an answer. If somebody calls your mother something, what, you're going to prove to them that she's not what they called her to be? You're going to get in a fight, right? Because there is no need to prove anything that your mother is great. But the person who uttered the insult to your mother, you're not going to go after proving to that person, oh no, this is for this reason and this reason and this reason, my mother is not what you just said. No, it's going to beat the crap out of the guy. Or you simply ignore and move on. Either one of the two. Because you understand that that question doesn't deserve an answer. It's not a question. It's stupid. It's something that should simply be ignored. Like if you see something unpleasant, unwanted, uninterested laying on the street somewhere there. I don't know, some vomit, some dog shit, or some whatever it is that you're not interested. So what do? You pass by. You don't try to poke into it and get to be, interested in knowing what it is when you already know you're not interested. Questions are like that, but we are conditioned to think that any question posed, we must answer, otherwise it could have a different meaning. No. This is what the whole thing is wrong about. What brings tranquility or what brings stress in our lives. We try to make sense out of everything. Not everything has a sense, but everything can be here in this world. And as everything is existed in this world. All kinds of things, all kinds of products, all kinds of plants, poisonous, not poisonous, all kinds of atmospheres, all kinds of situations, all kinds of environments, all kinds of lifestyles, all kinds of interests, all kinds of things, all kinds of, places to go, all kinds of foods, all kinds of spices, and many of them you could be allergic, many of them you could not be interested, many of them the smells is not right for you, many of them are interesting to you. They're different of every kind of thing in this world, and they can be. But you're not supposed to constantly say, well, my world would be a world that thing wouldn't be in that part of the street, and that corner would not have that sign, and that wouldn't be. You just let them be. You have no use for them. You move on. Not that everything I have to pay attention to and everything has to be the way I want or I don't want. So everything can be there, but you don't have to pay attention to everything that is out there. Look, this is the world we live in. We make a big deal out of everything that is there because we want it to be a certain way, a perfection, according to what we prefer. Well, great, in some things you can do that. But you're not supposed to do that with everything, definitely not with thoughts, because thoughts have no understanding. It comes from the brain. Brain doesn't know who you are. Brain is an apparatus, is designed to make thoughts. That's what it does. Now, from every thought that it makes, that it comes from all kinds of information that has found its way into our consciousness, all kind of lifestyles, all kind of products, all kinds of activities, all kinds of things from one way or another, publications, movies, videos, news, discussions, have found their way in our consciousness, and brain is designed to make thoughts of whatever it can get its hands on, whatever it's available, whatever that it can be an ingredient to make a thought. So it does. But you're not supposed to go and make sense out of whatever the brain does. You're not working for the brain. Brain works for you, and you can diss it and ignore it and fire it at any time you want because it's talking nonsense. You're not supposed to be listening. That's not your guru. It's a brain. It's an apparatus. It's like your butt that you shits around and you don't identify with the shit. Oh, it's shit. It came out of my butt, so it might mean something. No, it doesn't. It just has to be got rid of. And that's what it does. Its business is to turn food into energy and then get the residues and feces and, get rid of them because they're exhaust. Same thing, brain does lots of things too. Just because it produces something, it doesn't mean you identify with it or it's about you or it could pertain you. You just say, okay, it can be there because that's what its job is. Like everything else in this world, it can be there. It's okay. It's permitted to be there. But I don't have to be interested in it. There are lots of things going on in this world. Bars open or close, different sports activities. I'm not interested in all of them. I'm interested in what I'm interested. So I follow that. And the things that I'm not interested in, I don't follow it. But you tend to think that you got to follow, make sense of everything that the brain does. Who said brain is intelligence? Brain is just what it is. Brain, it makes thoughts. You want to follow that, you're going to be following to the doomsday, and you'll never figure out if it finishes all these thoughts and you make sense out of them at all, because it can't be made sense. There is no sense. There is no sense in the thoughts that is being made by the brain. It's just there. So you take it as it's there. Okay, it can be there. I'm going to do my own things, and brain does his own thing. The other person over there does his own thing. The other person does his own thing. I'm not supposed to be concerned about what they do. The same thing. I'm not supposed to be concerned about what the brain does. Because brain is not me, and I'm not the brain. And what brain makes, which is thoughts, is not me, and I'm not the thoughts. That's the end of that. Look, it's like you go to a supermarket, right? You see all kinds of products on the shelves. What do? You're going to get into a debate with the manager or with the product or the product manufacturer or the can that is in there that you shouldn't be here. Why? Because for this reason and this reason, I don't want you. That's why I'm not going to buy you. So I'm going to pass by. No, you just pass by because you see it's there. It's irrelevant. You're not interested. You go on. Same thing with thought. You're not supposed to prove to every thought that shows up that why I don't want you and why you're wrong for me, why I'm not interested, why I'm not what you suggested, or why I'm not what this thought or this image has come to my brain, why it has nothing to do with me. You're not supposed to do that. It's like a supermarket. Everything's available on the shelves, but you have no business with them. You pass by to the next aisle, to the next aisle. Vegetables, meat, pasta, bread, dog food. I don't have dogs. Okay. Cat food. I don't have cats. All right. Snake food. I don't have snake. There are lots of things that it's there. I don't know. Wine. Okay, thank you. Or food. Oh, it's spicy. I don't like that. Oh, that's got this kind of a smell on it. I don't like that. So what do? You're gonna say, oh, this, sir, I'm not going to buy this because it smells this way and I'm allergic to that. You just go. Sir, I'm not going to buy this bread because it has a certain kind of a ingredient in it that I don't seem to be interested in. Or I certainly vomit when I eat this thing. I'm allergic to it. You're not going to do that. But you know what you're not interested to buy and what you are interested, you're there in the store to buy. That's it. You do your thing and you go. Same thing with thoughts. Everything is here. Everything that is known to man on this earth that has somehow, with some kind of a medium, has found its information, its way into your consciousness, you're aware of it. So because you're aware of it, doesn't mean now you gotta be proving why this thing that I'm aware of, I'm not interested in. Why this brain that made this thought, I should explain to it why this thought, this image, these suggestions, it's not me. Or, who's the brain? Who's the brain that you're supposed to be explaining anything? Let it do what it does, like the supermarket. It's all there, you're not interested, you pass by. This thought, this brain makes all these things, you're not interested, you know it, everybody knows it. You don't need to prove it, you just go on about your business. That's how you deal with it. That was our part 2. So I'll just have some more tea. We'll talk soon. This is funny. Take it as funny. It's comedic. Don't be bamboozled by your brain. Who's the brain? What's the brain? It's an apparatus. It's not you. Don't forget that. Talk to you soon.